Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it, you already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye up, bye up. Let's get to this despicable ass. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking. And I appreciate the support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So this fucking piruja, right? This muck mouth beezy, Pearl Fernandez, is now trying to sell interviews for gain, to profit, right? And look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. It doesn't seem like she's living her worst life. You know, you would expect someone who allowed her child and participated in her child being killed, right, would be suffering every day doing a life sentence in prison. But she's running around all happy with a lip piercing, fake eyelash clusters, running around the prison like it's a pink palace, like it's a pink prison, having it her way. Now, when I first seen the interview and partial snippets of the interview, or what was going to be the prelude to the interview, I didn't want nothing to do with it. I was like, there's no way I'm going to sit here and listen to this muck mouth bitch fucking on the airwaves. She got nothing coming, period, right? Ever since I seen the documentary on Netflix of baby Gabriel and what happened to him and the reasoning behind it, which there never could be reasoning behind anything like that, I've had a vendetta. Okay, she's been on my shit list. Her and her fat boyfriend, Nisaro Aguirre, no fat shaming, but that's just the way it is. I call it like I see it. I felt like they deserve to be thrown up under a prison, right? And every time I hear a good story about her catching them blues, not them pinks, but them blues, it intrigues me, right? But right now, as we sit here and you watch this video, she thinks she's living her best life, and she is now trying to sell her story online for financial gain and profit. You know, if you listen to this real closely, she's so full of herself, you know, it makes you sick. So I'm going to go ahead and play a snippet, an excerpt of her talking about how you can get a hold of her and how you can get views, and she's going to get views. And just, you need to listen to this shit. The world is crazy nowadays, man. When a convicted child killer such as Pearl Fernandez, whose son is no longer here, who can no longer speak out and defend himself, who only loved his mother and his parents, and the heinous and crazy things they did to him, is allowed to give interviews, is allowed to profit and gain. What's this world coming to? It's sick and twisted. I hope we both get good ratings. No, bitch, you get no ratings, right? So you can hear the diabolical way she talks and what she's saying. And all she cares about is ratings and telling her story. Look, Muckmouth, we don't care nothing about your story. We only care about Gabriel's story and the longevity of his life, which was snuffed out by you and your dumb boyfriend based upon no facts. Based upon there was no reason to do this. Drug induced, whatever it was, just pure evil. And you can hear the way she's like a snake. She said, I'm standing on top of the chairs. Just weird, right? She has a lip piercing in the video. She has fake eyelashes. She's standing up trying to show her little bow-legged butt, right? And is posing and modeling for some guy she just met over the internet that pulled up. And I don't know why he would even pull up for profit and gain. I understand, but it's like giving her the time of day is crazy to me, right? It's crazy to me. If you want to do a documentary, document the life of Gabriel and what he could and should be doing nowadays, rather than interviewing this monster that's incarcerated and segregated from general population and is in there basically punking chicks and having it her way. This, whatever she was putting out, this website is to one of her friends, she said. As you listen longer to the snippet, I only gave you guys a portion. She's talking about you could tap in with her friend. Her friend controls this account and whatever. Why is she even being allowed? And when the fuck did they allow you to have lip piercings in prison? Because she didn't go in with one. So they're just piercing lips and letting them do that. They're just providing them fake eyelashes now. For who? Right? Why does she get any of these amenities? Why does she get any of these things that are from the free world? Because her son's not here to enjoy the free world. She should not, and anyone else that is convicted of killing anybody should not be allowed to profit or gain from their story, nor should they be allowed to have anything from the outside world. Okay? It makes me sick. It disgusts me. And people are literally lining up on this website to interview her for financial gain. So you can get good ratings, and hopefully she can get good ratings. Well, look, you're rated 0, bitch. That's the type of rating you get from the gun. And I know there's a lot of people, why you got to talk like that? It's just the way I talk. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch me. That's just the facts, right? But she makes me sick, and she should make you sick. Because if anyone should be getting an interview, it should be her son on what he went through, but he can't because this monster killed him, her and her boyfriend, right? You know, I don't see Asado or Gary, anyone lining up to interview him. She's more of the main focus because she's more the dummy to do this, right? Because she's in a position right now in this pink prison, like she calls it, right? Where she's able to just have it her way. And this shows you that justice is we never get it. As people who have been victimized, or as people that have loved ones who have been victimized or have lost people, this is what upsets them. This is why people want the DP back. This is why people, unfortunately, man, feel like the system is broken. And it is in a lot of ways. When a woman could sit down like this and spew out, the story about her life, who cares where she came from? Who cares what she's going through? What we care about is what they put baby Gabriel through and why. And we'll never get that answer because there is no excuse. Okay? With all the shit going on with baby Manuel, with him being out there missing somewhere right now, right? And a lot of people have shied away from the story, and I have not. It just makes me upset and sick to my stomach to see Pearl Fernandez slither up out of under her rock, and all of a sudden she's that one. All of a sudden she's getting airtime. All of a sudden people are lining up to listen to what she has to say. Now, even in doing this video, it's giving her a little bit of an airplay. I get it. I understand, because there's going to be some hater that gets on here where you're the one talking about it. Yeah, I'm talking about it to make you aware of what is going on in this broken ass system, to make you aware that this slimy individual, this monster, is trying to come out of wherever she's from and profit and get us to pay and view her interviews. Not going to happen. Not on my watch, right? And not on your watch. You should be thinking, have the same mentality as me. Pearl Fernandez is the worst of the worst. And she's going to be joined pretty soon, probably in the same building, maybe even the same cell, by another animal named Rebecca Lumpy Butt Haro. Richueca, right? Hola, no lie. Get your ass up in there. And this is what Rebecca has to look forward to. Okay? The incarceration of a person sucks. I've been locked up day in and day out, the same old thing. But it seems like nowadays, especially with Pearl Fernandez, they're being allowed creature comforts. They're being allowed fake eyelashes. I know she didn't make them from a fucking bed sheet. She's being allowed lipstick and makeup, which I know that could be made out of whatever they make it out of. She's being allowed a lip piercing, Who the fuck is this chick trying to impress looking the way she looks? And then she's standing up on chairs trying to show her little fucking tucked in booty, right? Trying to smiling at the guy. If you could only see, you know, I just used the excerpt, but I didn't want to show the video because it doesn't belong to me, right? But if you wanted to see that video and see what she was doing, it's disgusting. She's modeling for this man that she barely met, and he seems captivated. Oh, yeah, by her. And she's trying to dictate the program and tell this man and manipulate him. We could do this and we could do that for views, and anybody that wants to watch it, you know. We want to see your son, but we can't, stupid ass, because you and your fucking dummy boyfriend killed him for nothing. Okay? This is the type of filth, and this is what the world is coming to nowadays, where these people who unalive their children and other people's kids, and the harsh reality is that they're being allowed liberties and freedoms. Now, you get human rights. That's right off the top. I understand that. I think we all understand that. But not when you're inhuman. Not when you're doing inhuman things. Okay, not when you're hurting children and hurting innocent people and civilians. Nah. If you're a gang member, you're living that life. They signed up for that life. Something happens. Someone gets popped. Hey, that comes with that life. But Gabriel didn't come with that life. Gabriel didn't ask to be tortured and murdered. None of that. He didn't ask for any of that. He asked for a loving parent and a hug. And instead, he got something totally different by this monster. And now, 10 years later, 12 years later, she's sitting here in this pink palace of a jail cell with a lip piercing and eyelashes, trying to profit by charging people for interviews. It's fucking amazing, man, what's going on. And this is why people are so disgruntled. This is why people, wait up, man. I got some shit right here. And I'm over here talking about her lip, and I'm doing bad, right? I'm looking worse than she is. That's the cool part of it. Even though she looks like the Wicked Witch of the whatever, right? And now Lumpy Butt is going to go join her. This is her fate. So I wouldn't be surprised if a few years from now, all of a sudden, Richueca Lumpy Butt pops up on the internet trying to sell her story for profit. Nah, the only thing we want to hear out of her fat mouth is where baby Emmanuel is. That's it. I don't care how much time she gets. You know, people are like, man, all we want is justice. Well, there's your justice. You're not going to get it. We're not going to receive justice. Baby Manuel and baby Gabriel and Promise are not going to receive justice, unfortunately. You know, these individuals, yes, are being taken off the streets so they can't harm anyone else's children or be in these relationships they choose to be in, these toxic relationships. But look at this. There's no justice for these children, man. It's unfortunate. It's going to take people like ourselves and community leaders to double down, man, and create reform. Create a narrative of reform to help the children that are going through this before it comes to this point where some fucking ugly snaggletooth, inverted butt is sitting there standing on a fucking chair in prison, batting her eyelashes, trying to get a man to look at her. Okay, before it comes to that point. And there's a kid buried because of this. It's crazy, right? So at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to bring awareness to this. This is what this creature is doing. She's floating around on the internet trying to give interviews for profit. And, you know, I advise those that are considering it to reconsider. You know, if you have any more morality about you, any morals and standards, if you're a father or a mother or have children or an uncle or aunt, then think about it. Think about how you were being part of the problem and not the solution by allowing someone like this to profit and gain off your platform. Now, she ain't going to profit and gain off my platform. Never. Period. Right? The only one that's going to profit and gain off my platform is me and you as a community from the outreach. That's it. Period. I ain't got nothing to justify and prove to anybody. Okay, this is just my thoughts. But when I seen this, the first time I did a video on it, I was of the understanding she had this documentary coming out, which I believe they're still working on. And I was intrigued to hear what she had to say until I seen little snippets like this. And then I was unintrigued. You know, I wanted to see a remorseful person that's going through it. That is basically begging on their hands and knees for forgiveness, which they should never get, right? But that's what I wanted to see. And what I seen was something totally different. I seen a skonka. I seen a piruja. I seen someone batting their eyelashes, puckering their fucking wrinkled ass lips, trying to show off their inverted butt, and just a person at ease, a person that's not even really worried about, a person that thinks she's better than you and me. It's wild. Okay, I'm going to play this snippet one more time so you guys can hear her voice and listen to how she says chairs. Now, to give you some context behind this snippet of audio, when she says chairs, she literally gets up on a chair and sticks her little fucking inverted booty out, you know what I'm saying, for this man. This is wild. It's crazy. She's allowed to do this with a piercing in her lip and fake eyelashes and makeup. This is the justice Gabriel gets? Pobrecito.
I would like for you guys to type in, of course it's from Fernandez, everybody wants a full info about me, so you guys are going to get a little interview, so you guys can type in, go online and type in done my boss to get more of the interview, and hopefully I get good ratings or bad ratings, I don't care, but as long as you guys
bad ratings, bitch.
what you guys see, that's all that matters. But anyways, you guys are getting a little bit of me tonight, so here, let me get on the chair.
Damn, that's a straight up snake. Listen to that maniaco. Yeah, weirdo. Weird too. Hopefully we both get good ratings. Fuck you, right? She's over there showing herself off. Can you see me? Right? All weirded out. She said chairs like a snake, straight snake. Nah, just a cobra, a snake. Someone who could unalive her child and act like it's all about her. People on earth, man, have changed. Not everybody. There's still some compassionate people with morals. I like to believe I'm one of them, right? But this woman right here, she irks me. Okay, she gets under my skin, and I know I shouldn't allow people to get under my skin, but she just does. If she doesn't for you, I don't know what planet you're on, right? And the way she's giddy and talking and basically seething with a smile, just pure evil, just pure evil. So anyone who gives this bitch the time of day, please don't. And again, this video is for content purposes only and for educational purposes, so that way you're allowed to realize that the injustices that are going on for these children are amazing and crazy. We could only hope Rebecca gets locked up forever and is right alongside of Pearl, and the suffering of the redundancy of prison is continual, right? But to be honest with you, man, this is what she's going to be doing too, trying to sell stories for profit. Meanwhile, after 3 or 4 months, still holding on to the location and the true story of what happened to Emmanuel. Does that woman really deserve any justice? No, not in her behalf. Baby Emmanuel and Promise does. But to be totally truthful with you, I don't believe they're going to get it. Not if these types of shenanigans are going on. Anyways, man, I just wanted to put this little video out there. It's kind of a heads up of what's to come, and it's going to get worse. These people think they're the shit. They believe that they are somebody. They lost the right, and they should not be allowed visitation even. I understand about human rights, but who would want to go see them? Some thirsty ass individual, man, that believes that he could profit off interviewing this woman. It's unfortunate. Never, ever would I. That's just me, though. With that being said, thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. See, I'm going to continue to struggle and strive for what I truly believe in. And honestly, man, that's the betterment of all people. And it takes people like me and you and the Emmanuel warriors and everyone that's putting in the necessary work to let you know. These are the snakes that are out there. These are the people that are profiting off the stories of killing their children. And everybody wants to know about me, she says. Everybody wants to know about me. I don't. I want to know about when you get assaulted. That's what I want to know about, right? Obviously, she's segregated. She's in protective custody. She's away from the general population because when she was there, she had a whole different tune. She had a can opener on the head tune and hot water in her eyes. You know, I don't wish bad upon anyone, but this one right here, yeah, I don't wish no good either. With that being said, this video is sponsored by Vario Liquors out there in Turlock, California. If you're ever in the area, make sure you pull up. Go support the Vario. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Arizona. If you need some yard service, man, make sure that you Google him and he'll pull up and hook you up, man. For those of you that support Pearl Fernandez, Fuck you. Bang, bang.